Hey everybody, this is Dallas Doan here, and today I just wanted to go over snapping tools in Maya. If anyone who's serious and wants to get really good at Maya, they need to master the snapping tools here in Maya. It'll definitely speed up the way that you model, and it'll make your life a lot easier when you're creating modular pieces and trying to align things properly. So I have two cubes here, and the snapping tools are located up here. So we're going to go through grid snapping, curve snapping, vertices snapping, and object live snapping. So first and foremost, let's start off with the grid. So if you turn on grid snapping, now you're going to notice that the cube is going to snap to the grid. Right? Cool? Pretty simple. Let's say you wanted to make, let's say each cube is a meter. Okay, and you needed to be accurate and make sure that this cube was 2 meters or even 4 meters. That's how you're going to be able to achieve it and know completely with 100% certainty that that is now 4 meters, right? So that's just an example. So there's hotkeys for this. If you turn on, so if you press X, let's turn this off. If you hold X on your keyboard, you're going to see that it turns on. So if you hold X, you go to vertice mode, exact same thing. Okay, so that's grid snapping. Let's go to curve snapping now. So for curve snapping, you can press, you can turn it on, you can go into the middle, and should be able to, let's see, let's turn this off. Okay, if you have curves on, you middle mouse click onto a curve, it should snap it right to the curve. Okay, so if you middle mouse click or the wheel mouse click onto there, it's gonna snap right onto the curve. Okay, so that's really handy as well, because then now you can do cool things like this. You can go face, select that, you can go extrude, and then you can do little cool things like that. Okay, so undo that. So that's curves. Okay, hotkey is C for cat. If you just wanted to turn this off, C, you can do the same thing. Okay, so for vertices, so if you want to snap to vertices, and let's see, so this cube you want it to snap onto here, so let's turn on that. If you hold the middle of this gizmo or transform gizmo here, you can snap to it. Okay, so that's really cool. And again, the hotkey is a V, okay, for van. All right, so you can, if you hold V, you can just snap it. Okay, I suggest using the hotkeys because again, you want to be faster in Maya. That's how you're going to be faster in Maya, is with shortcuts and hotkeys. Okay, so let's say make live. So what's make live? So let's say I want to have this prop snap onto this asset, anywhere on this asset, but only this asset, right? So I'm gonna select this the asset that I want to be a magnet. I'm gonna turn on the magnet. So now this is showing that it's live and active now. Okay, so now if I move this anywhere, no matter where, like I'm trying to drag this off of the screen here and it won't even let me, because it's essentially magnetizing the asset to the object that we've tagged as live. Okay, so now I'm going to untag it. Now I can move it freely, right? But the second that I tag it, it is now stuck to it. Okay, so really cool snapping tool, very handy. Okay, so I actually don't know if there's a hotkey for this. I've never actually tried looking for the hotkey for it. That one I used the least. These other two, to be fair, I have not tried them. I actually don't even know how they work. I'm sure they're useful, but in this video I'm not going to be showing those. So what are a few things that we can do with this? Okay, so something that's really important is that you can change your pivot point. Okay, so to change your pivot point, you can go to insert, right? So insert, you can press insert, and now you can move your center pivot, right? I always have my hotkey for center pivot, but I'm going to show you guys here. So I center pivot it back so that it's right in the middle of the asset. that was modify center pivot. And changing your pivots, you can do things like, so I press insert to change my my pivot here. Let's say I turn on vertice and I want to move it so that now it's snapping, right? Snapping so that my center pivot is now here. Okay, and I'm going to press insert again to go back to my regular transform. What this does is now if I press V again for vertice snapping, I can snap, right? And let's duplicate, snap. And let's duplicate again, snap, right? And then now I'm snapping to the vertices, and I'm essentially just creating a nice grid everywhere that I'm going, right? And I know that I'm snapping and it's exactly right on top of the other vertice. Okay, so that's really handy. Is just manipulating your center pivot. I'm gonna delete this center, or this curve, sorry. So I'm gonna move this back to absolute, so I'm gonna go 0, 0, 0. Okay, so that's really handy. Now there's also a hotkey, so you don't have to move your hand across your keyboard to press insert. If you hold D, right, it does the same thing. If you hold it, it allows you to move it. Now if you hold D, and let's say you want to snap the center pivot to vertice, you can hold D, hold V, left click to the vertice that you want. Okay, really handy.